Hi, everybody. I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right. This one is called Somebody's Gotta Go. Yes. Yes, this was when I was in going to this school called Paul Revere. It was in Chicago, Illinois. It was on the east side of Chicago, Illinois. And man, it was the worst school for bullies. Yes, for bullies. And man, this guy used to keep bothering me over and over. We were in first grade together. Then they when they told us we was going to switch classes at the end of the year, I was happy because I was going to get to be free from him, where I can learn and everything like that. But no, no dice, no dice. They ended up putting him in my class too. So man, it was terrible, man. His name was Ron, okay? So every day he would pull my hair, and threaten me every day. This the way he groomed me to be afraid of him. So in first grade, he used to threaten me every day, like he's gonna get me after school and stuff like that. He would say this over and over. Then he would do little stuff to me in class too. He would snatch my paper, ball my papers up, and everything, you know. And that's when I just started art too. Just started doing art. So I would draw something, and he would come and let me see. Oh, it's nice. And shh. And I think he was a little older than me. I think he got held back in class or something like that. But this dude would bother me every single day. Every single day. And it was terrible because I didn't like coming to school anymore. So I used to tell my mother, I said, hey, can I stay home today? She said, what's wrong with you? I said, oh, I'm sick. I'm sick. She said, okay, I'm taking you to the doctor. And you know what they're going to do when you get to the doctor. They're going to give you a shot, and some of everything. So I said, nah, that's all right. Forget it. I'll just go to school. So with this happened every single day. One day he threw a dart, and it stuck me right here. It's gone now. But it was a dot right here. He stuck a dart. He made a paper airplane and put a stick pin in the point of it. And he came past. He said, "Shh," and it stuck me right here, and it was bleeding too. So one day, one day he was harassing me in class, and I yelled at him. I said, "Stop! Stop! Go! Leave me alone!" And the teacher heard it, and the teacher came over. So I'm thinking, hey, maybe the teacher will intervene now. The teacher came and said, James, what's wrong? What's wrong? I said, he keep bothering me. And then the teacher said, both of y'all go and sit down somewhere and stop yelling in this class. And you stop yelling. Stop yelling. And she went off on me. So I knew I didn't have no help. But one day we was going to lunch, and he was bothering me, really bothering me. He pulling my hair, pulling my book bag, my book bag on my back and stuff like that, and hitting me and stuff like that. And all the girls in my classroom ganged up and was trying to fight him, so he can leave me alone. Man, I felt less than a dude then. I felt less than a dude because, man, I had to have chicks to come and fight my battles for me. And I didn't have a big brother, but I had a big sister. A big sister. And I didn't want to tell my big sister because my big sister would have came and annihilated him. Because my big sister was used to throw them things back then, you know. But I didn't want to tell nobody, like my sister or nobody else, because, or I didn't want to tell my mother either, because I didn't want my mother to come up there and raise a ruckus in there, and then it gets worse for me. Okay, so one day after he hit me with the dart and stuff like that, I went home and I told myself, look, I'm gonna ask my mom to stay home again, because tomorrow it's gonna be worse on me, because now I had got the teacher involved, you know. So I asked my mom, I said, Mama, can I stay home? And she said, no, get your clothes together tonight so you can go to school tomorrow. So I asked her again. I said, look, can I stay home? She said, yep. Nope. Nope. You can't stay home. You going to school. So okay. So I went in my room and I think I prayed. I think I kind of prayed. I said, God, look, if I got to go to school tomorrow, somebody's got to go. Okay? Somebody's got to go. Like, somebody's going to go tomorrow. It's going to happen tomorrow. I can't take this no more. So I went in the drawer and I found one of my father's, one of them, found one of them, you know. And I set out to take it to school with me. So the next day, I got on up. And I didn't fuss about not going to school or nothing, none of that stuff. I just got my clothes together, got my book bag, and went for it, you know. Went to school. Of course, when I got to school, I heard him, he was harassing me the whole day. And I didn't say nothing. I was just... And one time when we went to lunch, he tried to do something to my jacket or something. He tried to rub something on my jacket. I don't know what he had on his hands, but he was trying to rub it on me. And I turned around to him. I said, he said, oh, you want to be aggressive toward me, huh? All right. 315. That's what he did. Boom, 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 boom. He said 315. So I didn't say nothing. And he continued to harass me. Even when I got in class, he balled my paper up and everything. And then when it was getting close to 315, we all had to line up, you know, in the hallway so we can leave out, you know. And I got way at the back of the line, you know. So everybody, once they opened up, that bell rang, everybody shot out the door. Everybody was running out the door, except me. I was hanging back. Actually, I was still afraid. I was very afraid, you know. I didn't want to walk outside, you know, because he said he's going to wait on me. And, hey, he's a man of his word, I tell you that. Because when I went out the door, I was the last one, and the teacher said, look, you got to leave out. You got to leave out. So I went out the door, and there was a crowds out there. And I knew what that meant. So and he was in the center of it, you know. So I walked out. I tried to avoid going there. Then everybody came to me. And they circled around to see the fight. And then Ron stepped up to me. He said, Now, come on, come on, come on, come on. And I took my book bag off slowly. What's that? And he said, now, what's up? What's up now? What's up now? So he did that, and I said, and it was a chase. He was running around the car, running around the car, running around the car. Man, I was trying to get him. I was trying to get him, you know. And after that, people were afraid of me. Matter of fact, the whole crowd of people were like, "Oh, he got a nut. He got some. He got a, you know." And I wasn't ashamed too either. But then I was just about to get him, and my sister came up and grabbed my arm and wrenched it out my hand. And she said, "Boy, you're gonna get in trouble. Get on, get your stuff. Come on, let's go." And I picked my book bag up, and then me and my sister walked home. You know, and well, we was latchkey kids anyway, so I didn't get in trouble. I put the knife back. I put it back where I got it from. You know, so man, it's crazy, man. But after that, when I went to school the next day, it was peace, peace. Nobody bothered me because they knew I had that. You know, they thought I had that. You know, but that was just a one-time deal right there, and everybody was scared of me. Nobody bothered me, period. Even Ron, because he didn't know if I had it on me, you know. So that's it. But look, you guys, look. Nowadays, I know it's different now. You don't carry like that to you carry pim. You know, you take those pims to school now. So now it's different. If your kid is getting bullied, man, make sure he address it. If possible, change his school or something. Because it's really bad now. It's bad when you get bullied at school, and you know, if you're a guy, most of the time you won't tell your parents. You know, you try to handle it yourself. You know, but that is a sad deal, because then your kid will he won't learn correctly. Because in school he's constantly being harassed. You know, so man, I'm telling you, man. Soon as they tell you somebody's bullying them, you need to address it as soon as you find out. Don't let it go on too long. Okay? All right, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share. Share my videos with your family. Share it with your friends. Share it with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Okay. Peace. Adios. Salamat.
Salamit. I wish I was there. I wish I was there. I would tear his butt up.